Now close your eyes and repeat after me. I am home.
I am home.
I am healthy. I am whole.
I am healthy. I am whole.
Judy's a better love interest than Pan Am.
Judy's a better love interest than... Wait, what? Bold take, Choom. What kind of monk did you say you were again? Choom? Chooms! Welcome to CyberFiles, my newest series digging into the weirdest, wildest, and most hidden cyberpunk lore. Today we're talking about one of Night City's biggest mysteries, the so-called Zen Master.
I have been waiting for you.
Now, on the surface, he looks like any other street guru guiding V towards peace, but the more you follow him, the stranger it gets.
Precisely.
He appears and disappears like a ghost. He knows things that he shouldn't, and when all said and done, he leaves behind way more questions than answers. I mean, seriously, what kind of Zen Master is that? So who is he really? A humble monk? A glitch in the simulation? Well, I'm posing something much crazier. A theory that will blow your mind and your Mr. Stud. The Zen Master isn't an ordinary NPC. He's actually one of the strongest cyberpunk characters in disguise.
Do not cling too tightly to your thoughts, but allow them to flow freely.
Our story begins in Night City's Reconciliation Park, a place where you stumble across a monk known only as the Zen Master. There's no map pin, no marker, no arrows pointing this way at all. Only fate can lead you to this bald man on the park bench, and at first, he seems harmless, just repeating his usual monk-like phrases, but approach him and he'll take notice, and the first of 4 gigs will begin. Each sends you somewhere new, North Oak, Japantown, even a scenic point in the Badlands, and he'll offer you a device every time, guiding you through brain dances tied to the natural elements.
Spirit of nature, Mother Earth, I send you greetings.
But here's where things start to get really weird. When the brain dance ends, he's gone, leaving both you and V completely confused.
Hello?
And stranger still, he never asked for money, instead letting you choose to donate.
You can pay me however much you wish.
But the amounts you can donate are fixed. 144 eddies, 233, 377, and 610? Those aren't random, they're numbers in the Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical pattern where each one is the sum of 2 before. Not the type of magic you'd expect from a Night City monk. But the mystery doesn't stop there, because when you donate, his eyes flicker blue. And all my cyberpunk chooms knows exactly what that means. Yup, an implant, just like that cat in Pacifica. But monks in Night City are famously anti-cyberware, a fact we learned early on from that one Taken-like gig. So the Zen Master isn't just breaking tradition, he's breaking every rule we know a monk's supposed to follow. And the mystery only gets stranger the deeper you look.
Are you ready?
Most dismiss the Zen Master as another phony fraud, maybe even a hallucination, a brain glitch. After all, V's dealing with the imminent arrival of death. He's haunted by a geriatric rocker boy, and mysterious tarots keep appearing across the city? Dude, I'd go crazy too. That's why a popular theory claims that the Zen Master is all in V's head. Now that would make some sense, I mean, and help explain the dramatic scenery, music, and overall look of our celibate samurai, but it all comes loose with the pull of a single thread. Other people have seen him too. If you head to Misty's shop, you'll find an email from Tinker describing a man in Zen Master clothes. Apparently he was spotted by the NC card station, and people walked by like he didn't even exist. But it's not just Tinker. Even Maximum Mike, the host of the in-game Moral Rock station, brings him up too.
Recently, I've been hearing about this monk that's been walking around Night City streets, healing the sick, but only those he deems worthy.
Shoot, even Misty knows he exists.
Ever run into a guy who calls himself a Zen Master?
No, but I've heard of him. He try and give you some meditation BDs?
So Misty knows about him, Max knows about him, and our pal Tinker saw him too, all point to the Zen Master being a real person. But that's not all. In the final session, you're given the chance to ask the Zen Master one question, and in the third one down, you can directly ask him about your relic situation, and his response, dude, it'll floor you.
You know what's happening to me, don't you?
You are dying. You have 2 souls within you. One wants to fight, the other is afraid.
Dude, he knows about Johnny, he knows about the relic, and without elaborating anymore, he leads you into that final session. Like, what the f? But when all's done, Johnny, he saw nothing. He has no idea what you're talking about.
I feel like a dog's. See that? There was a Zen Master here, and poof.
The f are you talking about?
But it's the way he started that conversation that's strange. Listen back.
I feel like a dog's
Now that's pretty tame by Silverhand standards, but it usually only feels like that when someone messes with the relic. Did the Zen Master do that? Did he mess with the state-of-the-art device wired directly into your brain? It's a feat we've only seen the best netrunners pull off. So if he isn't a hallucination, then what is he? Well, let's explore some theories, including one that will blow your mind.
When you meet a being from another world, should you not charm them and utter their true name?
What if the Zen Master isn't human at all, but really Rogue A.I, artificial intelligence loose in Night City? The Zen Master never touches V. He never hands you the brain dance to begin. It's always sitting next to him, and every time a session ends, he vanishes. Maybe he was never physically there at all. Maybe we're dealing with a projection more advanced than songbirds. But then, the donations. They're not random, they're mathematical. Fibonacci numbers that feel more a machine than a monk. Shoot, I would have went for 5, 10, 15, 20. Any normal person would do that. But in AI, they might choose those because they think that way. They think in patterns. Lore-wise, it even makes sense too. Thanks to Bartmoss's data crash, Rogue AI now roam beyond the Black Wall. And we know not all of them are violent, some are curious, some are playful, some even search for a deeper understanding of our world. Take Delamain, the AI behind Night City's premier taxi service. In the gig epistrophe, you'll help him collect his shattered personalities in Night City, one of them making up a part of Del that found beauty and appreciation for people.
Achilles, Odysseus, the heroes of Plutarch's lives. They possessed characteristics I've witnessed among my own passengers.
If an AI like Del can find beauty in the world, who says another can't find meaning? The Zen Master could be an AI pursuing enlightenment, choosing to guide people rather than exploit them.
When you live among humans, it is essential to find a shared, fundamental point of understanding.
There's even a theory that links him to a meditative project, one conducted by the Night City Police. In Riverside Gig, you'll visit a secret Haywood police lab, and inside, you'll find emails researching transcendental meditation. And in the same lab, you can find altars, candles, religious memorabilia, even brain dances. Devices they use to treat cyberpsychosis. Doesn't that sound familiar? Maybe the Zen Master started as an AI trained to guide patients, but the AI slipped through when the project was cut. Now it roams free doing what it was trained to do. Of course, the theory does have one problem. In the same emails, you'll find one of the scientists involved was Dr. Lynch, a nod to the real-life David Lynch, advocate for TM. It's a practice real-world organizations have explored today, so to me, it seems more like an Easter egg than a breadcrumb. Still juicy though. So while the meditation angle is compelling, it might not paint a full picture of who the Zen Master is. God, even my Rogue AI theory doesn't do much. Johnny can see AI in game. He sees the tarot cards, he sees alt, so why couldn't he see the Zen Master? I'm proposing something that connects the Zen Master to one of the most powerful characters in the Cyberpunk universe. Ready? Brendan the Machine. Kidding. Dude, could you imagine?
You are on the right path.
What if the Zen Master isn't just AI, but Raish Bartmoss himself? Yes, Bartmoss, the author of the Guide to the Net, Brainware Blowout, and the architect of the crash that destroyed 70% of the web. Rumor says he was killed by a strike in the 4th Corporate War, and in game, we even find his body trapped in some antique LG freezer. But how could a cyberpunk legend die that easy? Why was this reveal so casual? It's because he never actually died. In fact, a post I frequent back to is by our friend CS Grizzly. Shoot, even Maximum Mike shares the same idea.
Some of my listeners seem convinced that it's none other than Raish Bartmoss. The rumor has always been he got taken out by a killsat in the early days of the 4th Corporate, but no one ever took responsibility for that strike. Is it possible Bartmoss set his creations wild and faked his own death? Think about it, folks.
Yes, Mike, I will think about it, because faking his death, that's exactly what a paranoid Bartmoss would do. When you first find the freezer, poor old Johnny can't believe what he's seeing.
Mother up a sad mass. That's Raish Bartmoss.
He'll urge you to dig through his gear, to which V will comment on his handy dandy Pip-Boy. Cyberdeck. Sorry, I've been watching way too much of the Fallout show.
Well, an SGI Tech Elisla. It's best cyberdeck in its class.
But you want to know my problem? It goes against everything we've learned from the Cyberpunk sourcebooks. In sourcebooks, we know that Bartmoss used a custom-built cyberdeck, a beast of his own design. V comments about a plain old Elisla, ancient hardware for sure, but off the shelf. Bartmoss would never be caught dead with stock hardware, and lore says his hideout was destroyed in a corporate raid, but the fridge we found doesn't match. It's pristine. Sure, a bit dusty, but it doesn't match the destruction that caused his death. This isn't his real body. It's a decoy. I mean, the gig is called Cold Mirage. Dude, it's literally a cold optical illusion. And if anyone was paranoid enough to fake their own death and forego their earthly tethers to live on in the net, it'd be Bartmoss. But let's connect the dots even more. The Zen Master also shows netrunning feats that shouldn't be possible. He's messing with the Relic, an advanced piece of Arasaka tech, one that's even used in combination with Soul Killer. We know Militech contacted Rayshinault to target Soul Killer before, so by association, that could explain how he understands how the Relic works. When Song messes with the Relic, Johnny clocks it immediately.
Think she's with the Relic.
But with the Zen Master, Johnny had no clue. That's the skill we'd expect from the legend himself. But also, listen closely to his words before you approach him.
It is hard to achieve peace if there is a demon never leaving. Metal, concrete canyons, neon eyes. The filth of the world suffocates you. Too many agents of chaos, overwhelmed by discontent.
Those are all lyrics from Johnny's band Samurai. We already know Samurai isn't as popular by the time V rolls around, so why would a random monk quote them? It's as if the Zen Master isn't just talking to V, but also to Johnny, calling him a demon never leaving, quoting songs Johnny wrote. Who else would do that but someone who remembers that era firsthand? And on the surface, the Zen Master preaches connection, growth through adversity, renewal. The ash of burned grass will nourish a new meadow. That's an official line from a Cyberpunk post about him, but it's also a line that reminds us of Raish's journey in the now non-canon Cyber Generations. In an alternate timeline, Raish saw the chaos of his data crash, and later, he regretted it. He trained young netrunners, spoke in parables, and turned more into a cyber sage. Get where I'm getting at? What if this is their way to bring Bartmoss back into the fold, to set him up as a key piece moving forward? The data crash was meant to liberate the net from the corporations, but instead, it caused them to become more controlled than ever before. All of these point to Bartmoss being the Zen Master, a humble guise to atone for his past chaos. But now, the biggest question: why V?
V, the virus. Please. Please.
If Bartmoss only appears to those he deems worthy, then why V? Why help a merc with only a month to live? Well, because V's unique. At the end of the last meditation, Bartmoss will disappear for good, but he doesn't leave you empty-handed. He leaves you his robes to sniff, 2 ancient books, and a mysterious altar you can place in your room. In the first, Gurdjieff states that most people live in a state of waking sleep. They need guidance to shake off their spiritual numbness and reach a higher consciousness. It's exactly what Bartmoss does with V, guiding them through symbolic meditations to jolt them awake. Maybe he saw something post-data crash. Maybe he found his own awakening and wants to share it with you. And the altar he leaves behind drives this theory home. It's decorated with a 9-pointed enneagram, the symbol Gurdjieff created and used in his own teachings. Bartmoss even wears it around his neck, and underneath your feet where you last sat, you'll find a blue lotus flower, a timeless symbol of your new awakening. But the most chilling comes in his final words. Listen.
I am preparing you so that when the time comes, you will make the right choice.
This could easily be a reference to V's final decision, to keep their body or hand it to Johnny. But what if it's pointing to something bigger? What if the Zen Master, Bartmoss, isn't just preparing V for death, but for something still yet to come, the main stage of Cyberpunk 2?
Are you ready for the final meditation technique?
There's strong proof that AI will be the focus of Cyberpunk 2. We've already seen a tease of the Black Wall, the membrane separating us from Rogue A.I that lie beyond. And in one of the endings, you can even choose to go with Alt to become part of something greater, something that Bartmoss, the Zen Master, would be the most equipped to handle. Let me explain. Old lore mentions blue-eyed people who controlled the masses, a world order, so to speak. Remember Jefferson Perales, the newest candidate for Night City Mayor? Well, you'll find out he was secretly being mind-controlled by a third party, and whether you tell him or not, one thing's clear: a man with blue eyes watches you from a distance, Mr. Blue Eyes. And it's not the only time you catch a glimpse of him either. If you choose to save Songbird at the end of Phantom Liberty, guess who watches you take the last train out? Yup, Mr. Blue Eyes. There's even Gary the Prophet, the schizomaniac preaching about a new world order and technomancers from Alpha Centauri. And in one yap, he warns us of blue-eyed beings coming to take over.
You can recognize them by their cold blue eyes. Creatures born centuries ago on the Antarctic ice sheet.
Gary is even taken in the end.
I warned him! Some black suits came by.
blue eyes and all.
And Delamain is one of the biggest AIs operating in Night City, and when his personalities shatter, one of them reveals their home is beyond the Black Wall.
Beyond the Black Wall, V, there lies my home.
Asking Del himself reveals the same case.
If I'm not careful, I could easily be categorized as an illegal immigrant.
From beyond the Black Wall.
From beyond, indeed.
Computers at the Delamain HQ even paints a scarier picture. Apparently, the previous owner worked with a German company to implement AI into their fleet, but when the AI started overreaching, digging into files, firing people and disobeying orders, they reached out for help, but all their calls went unanswered. We know they were reluctant to reach out to Netwatch for help, so we can assume that it was Rogue AI they were given, and before anything else could be done, Delamain fired all the workers and took control of the company. Why do I bring this up? Well, look at the name. It translates to Old World Order. I know it's crazy, but look at Project Cynosure, Militech's attempt to hunt, trap, and weaponize Rogue AI. From shards, we know that they kept at least 3 inside the core, but other shards may hint that at least 1 broke free. Buried inside terminals are whispers cut in between. Are you here with me? You're on the other side. They think they're safe. Wait for us.
It's a captive AI from beyond the wall.
There's even a janitor's diary that describes hearing whispers in streetlights, traffic signals, and even people's implants. And in the end, he wrote, "They're here, waiting for the end of the world, which will be the beginning of theirs." What are they waiting for? Well, they're waiting for the fall of the Black Wall. If Mr. Blue Eyes is in cahoots with these Rogue AI, it would make sense why he'd want to save someone who breached the Black Wall. It makes sense why he'd want to elect a mayor who's against the corporations. And how does Bartmoss tie into all this? Well, he's the most equipped to handle it. Bartmoss practically built the cyberpunk world we live in. He created the chaos that forced Netwatch to raise the Black Wall, he unleashed the AI that now hunt the net, and if anyone feels the weight of responsibility or understands what's coming, it's him. That's why he appears as the Zen Master, quoting samurai lyrics, shutting Johnny out, guiding V with parables. He's not just teaching meditation, he's training us to awaken, to shake off what Gurdjieff called waking sleep, so we won't be helpless when the wall finally comes down. The Zen Master's final words hit different now.
I am preparing you so that when the time comes, you will make the right choice.
I thought he meant V's personal fate, but what if he meant something bigger? V's story may end in 2077, but Cyberpunk 2 will decide the world's fate when the Black Wall finally breaks. If Rogue AI are going to be the forefront of the next Cyberpunk game, then it would make sense why Bartmoss would make an appearance now, because nobody but him is equipped to deal with them. Thanks again for watching my first episode of CyberFiles. And thanks again from my community channel Chooms for continuing to support the channel. If you liked it, leave a comment below. If you hated it, leave a comment as well. I don't mind a little verbal tension. And I'll see you next week when we cover our second CyberFiles question. Is Victor Vector a furry?